what's going on, guys? Bflattened here with a brand new video today. We're going to be talking about all things radars, what they do, and everything around them. So, if you've been around for a while, you obviously know what radars do and how they work. If you are here and you know about that already, thank you so much for watching. If you don't know how a radar works, well, let me go ahead and show you. So I here have a Scarawatt radar, and we're going to pop it and show you exactly what happens. So you're going to see a little meter that pops up here. It'll be a 0. It can go all the way up to 300 before it breaks. Now, whenever you use a radar in the area where the TEM spawn, you will see them spawn in the overworld. You want to interact with the overworld TEMs that spawn, not wild spawn. So what ends up happening when you interact with this Scarawatt here, it'll pop up a little message, an encounter with a radar tracked team or radar tracked version of whatever TEM you're farming. If it says radar track on it, perfect, you're doing the radar right. There's two ways that you can continue the chain of the radar. You either have to kill the TEM or you have to capture the TEM in order to continue the radar. If you run away from it, the radar will break. You'll have to get a new one. Does not reset. So let's go ahead and kill the Scarawatts here, and we'll see the number increase on our little tracker. There's 300 encounters that you can get for this Scarawatt. There's multiple reasons to do radars too. While we're talking about it, you can get them for just high level TEMs. You can get them for Lumas. This is ideally the better Luma farming hunt. So as you can see, we now have 2 on our Scarawatt. You'll also see a little symbol right here by the Scarawatt. It has like a little bars, and it has a arrow pointing up. So what that means is anywhere between the numbers of 0 to 100, the SVs, which is the stats of the TEM, are increased for the first 100 encounters. Between the encounters of 100 to 200, the Luma rate of the TEM that you're hunting increases by 5 times. So it'll be 1 in 1500 chance for those 100 encounters. From the last 100 encounters, 200 to 300, it'll be a 10 times odds, so it'll be 1 in 750. So that's 100 encounters of 1 in 750 odds of getting a Luma. Now, there's a few things that people are terrified about with radars and them breaking. The only way that you could break a radar is if you encounter a wild TEM. If you encounter a wild TEM that isn't part of the radar and you kill or capture it, that'll break the radar. If you encounter a radar track TEM and you run from a radar track TEM, that'll also break the radar. Some things to keep in mind, things like PvP, dojo rebattles, trainer battles, layers, that sort of thing. Anything that is not considered a wild TEM, those will not break the radars. You are safe to do those whenever you would like. If you are farming late at night, like say it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you just want to log out in the middle of a radar and you're worried about it breaking, don't worry, you can absolutely log out. I will show you here. We'll log out of the game here, we'll reload it up, and when you reload it up, it will bring your radar back to wherever you were at. The overworld spawns will despawn, so it'll respawn all over again. Another thing to keep in mind is that all the spawns are planned ahead of time, which means that like you can't like despawn them, respawn them, and hope that your Luma chances increase. That doesn't happen. Whatever spawns. So they prevent that. So we'll go ahead and continue here, and I'll show you that it doesn't. But yeah, that's pretty much radars in a nutshell. But there's one key thing as well to really keep in mind. Say you're doing a radar in a patch of grass. Not only will that slow you down, but that might also confuse you if you zone out. If you run into a wild TEM that's also the same as your radar track TEM. This is where mounts come in handy. The mount, if you get the Minox mount, what this will do is it'll make sure that all wild encounters will not happen. So if you're riding this in the grass, you will not encounter a wild TEM. That way you can just interact with the overworld TEMs. That way you're safe from any random encounters. And it'll also speed up the process too, so you won't run into a wild encounter, have to run from that battle, etc., etc. I've pretty much covered everything. Radars, you can get radars in the Tamer's Paradise in the middle giant building. It'll be in the top left-hand corner as you're entering into the north entrance. If you're entering in the south entrance, it'll be in the bottom left-hand corner. My bad. radar track Tems allow for higher Luma odds. So good luck on your Luma hunts. Pick up your radars for feathers, and I believe I gave you all the information that you need for radars. Um, yeah, happy hunting, everybody. Happy Luma hunting. My name is Bflattened. I'm signing on out of here. Take care, all. Laters.